Though the Pulsar Xlite V2 Mini is well over a year old now, Pulsar offered to send us one of their limited edition units to test, so today I'll be going over the shape, specs, and other features of this mouse to see how it holds up in today's mouse market. For reference in this section, my hands are around 18.5 by 10 centimeters. The mouse in my collection, which is most similar to the Xlite Mini, is the Model D-. Both mice share similar side curvature and overall side profile. However, the Xlite Mini is narrower and shorter than the Model D-, yet remains the same height. This leads to the Xlite Mini feeling a bit taller in the hand. The narrower width also makes the Xlite V2 Mini more ideal for micro adjustments than the Model D-. I've never been a lover of EC style shapes, as I've always aimed better with thinner mice with more even button height. Still, the Xlite Mini is probably my favorite EC inspired shape and could definitely work for a lot of people. I would most recommend the Xlite V2 Mini for fingertip grip for medium to large hands, aggressive claw and knuckle claw for medium sized hands, relaxed claw for small to medium sized hands, and palm grip for small hands. At a weight of 57 grams, the Xlite V2 Mini is very light and nimble, though not as light as many mice coming out in 2023, even with the cutouts. The weight balancing is pretty good, with the center of mass being towards the middle. The build quality is also very good, with zero side flexing whatsoever. There is some bottom flex, but that shouldn't affect regular use. The Xlite V2 Mini uses a 3370 sensor, which is not the best available anymore, but is still more than good enough. It uses a Compex MCU, which falls a bit behind the performance of higher-end Nordic MCUs nowadays. It has a maximum polling rate of 1000Hz, which is still perfectly fine, and there don't seem to be any issues with the polling stability. Click latency sits at around 4 milliseconds, and motion latency is about 1 millisecond higher than the ZA13C. The battery life at 1000Hz polling is pretty good, advertised at around 70 hours, which appears accurate. When the mouse does die, it charges via a USB-C cable. Pulsar cables are extremely light and flexible, but do lack an angled stress relief. The retro brown edition of the Xlite V2 Mini uses Huano blue shell pink dot switches on the main buttons. Blue shell pink dots are amazing switches and feel both tactile as well as light and spammable. However, they are held back by the weak click tensioning on the Xlite V2 Mini. These are perfectly usable clicks, but far from the best. The side buttons are large and well placed. They have minimal pre-travel and some post-travel. The click feel and sound is pretty dull due to the dot switches used, however. These are very usable in game, but they don't feel very good. The scroll wheel is very smooth and quiet while maintaining a tight tensioning for use in gaming. I would prefer the steps to be more defined, but this is still a fairly good scroll wheel. The scroll click feels quite good, with reasonable travel and nice tactility, making it very spammable. The coating on the Xlite Mini is mediocre. It's a very smooth, plasticky coating which is not very grippy. It doesn't seem to be the worst at dealing with sweat, though it doesn't seem to do great either. The PTFE skates on this mouse are very good. They are quite smooth and fairly fast. These do not need to be replaced with aftermarket feet. The Xlite V2 Mini does have adjustable debounce down to 0 milliseconds, allowing for all clicks to be registered. However, the poor tensioning on the buttons prevents it from excelling in any clicking methods. I can only jitter click on the Xlite V2 Mini if my fingers are placed on specific sections of the buttons. Even where I can jitter, this mouse does not feel great for it. For butterfly clicking, again, the poor button tensioning prevents the triggers from vibrating and limits CPS to under 20. For drag clicking, the coating is not very ideal, but with grip tape you could likely short drag fairly well on this mouse. The Xlite V2 Mini offers a nice shape with specs that still hold up relatively well in 2023. Features-wise, the Xlite V2 Mini has definitely fallen behind other modern releases, but it is by no means a bad mouse. For those reasons, the Xlite V2 Mini lands in B tier on our tier list.